Hello, and thanks for listening to this pre-recorded video regarding this exciting opportunity for your current 8th, ninth, or 10th grade student to travel abroad on an educational tour to France and Spain during the spring of 2025. Here's a little bit of our agenda. First, I'll introduce myself and my background. I'll also give you a quick intro to EF, who is our travel partner. We're going to go over the itinerary, what we're going to do, what we're going to see. We're going to talk about the long list of items that's included on our tour. I'm going to talk more in depth about EF as our travel partner, how they support us in so many more ways. We're going to go over travel safety, which is EF's top priority, and how EF supports us in the whole process from planning to travel. Then we're going to go over the price and wrap up the meeting by opening enrollment and submitting your questions using the sign-in form. If you didn't get the opportunity, please take note and hopefully you can scan in using the code on the screen you currently see. Any questions that you may have, please put on this form and I will be able to compile a list and do a Q&A announcement email after this. With that, let's go ahead and let's dive right in. My name is Nicole Beck. I've been teaching art here at Kaukauna High School for the past 16 years. I led my first tour last spring to Barcelona and Madrid and had previously visited Portugal before that. I live in Kaukauna. I have 4 younger kids also in the Kaukauna area school district. I recently got into travel, and when I first started this exploration and decided that student travel is something I wanted to begin, my biggest reason was because one of the regrets I had in college was not participating in a study abroad program. And I wanted that opportunity for all students to realize how important it is to see the world outside of the small town we live in and the small state we live in. I'm offering this experience because the impact travel will have on students. It will change their lives. It helps differentiate students on college applications. It will make them more confident and independent. It will expand students' knowledge of the world around them. It's going to help increase cultural awareness and understanding. And quite frankly, because it's fun, it's definitely something to look forward to. Joining me as chaperones on this next trip will be Miss Amy Zhang, who is an English teacher and diversity club advisor. I apologize for not having her image in here sooner. Miss Kayla Hermson, who is a current Spanish teacher at the high school, and Mr. Dennis Rodriguez, who's also a Spanish instructor. Miss Hermson and Mr. Rodriguez chaperoned with me on my previous tour, and I am delighted to have them join me again on this next tour. Before we dive into the incredible itinerary we've selected for our trip, let's talk a little bit about travel and our safety partner in EF Educational Tours. EF has over 55 years of experience, and they have staff on the ground in over 50 countries. EF always knows what's happening on the ground, which is critical in an ever-changing environment. They know how to safely navigate a city as true locals do. And they have an office close to us on our tour in case we were ever to need extra support. They're a world leader in international education and they're accredited. It's an educational organization just like our school. We're going to have fun, but there's a lot of learning that's going to happen too. I feel extremely confident that partnering with EF is the best way to stay safe and healthy while having a life-changing experience such as this one. I'll go into more detail in the next couple of slides. IF is the largest provider of educational student travel in the area. Many schools and teachers in our area already partner with them. Here's an example of a few schools who are actively traveling with EF. To make this even more interesting, I do note that there are some of these local schools, for instance, Nina, who will roll out 6 itineraries in 1 year. They have a huge travel program, and the dedication and the amount of work that they've gotten to that point is outstanding. They have a wonderful, wonderful program. So here it is. This is our trip, Paris to the Pyrenees. And I decided on this trip after going through my previous trip simply because there was such a large audience of people at our school who were requesting that the French program be added into this travel experience. So when I found this itinerary, it screamed to me. I just knew this was the right one because this includes both French and Spanish language and cultures, and I just thought that was perfect for what we're looking for here. So this is a 10-day tour, right? So on day one, we fly overnight to France. We hit the ground running right away on day two with a walking tour of Paris. Day three, we begin to explore Paris with a local guide. We're going to get to see the Eiffel Tower. We're going to visit the Louvre. Um, Day four, oh, and here's where my non-existent French language comes in. We're going to visit the chateau. I'm not about to pronounce the last part because I know I would not do it justice. But we're going to visit the chateau. Then on day five, we're going to take a walking tour. Um, we're going to explore the city of Biarritz, if I'm saying that correctly. Day six, we take a walking tour of San Sebastian. We're going to visit Mont Urgel. Again, I apologize if anybody is listening and you know the actual pronunciation of this. Pretty sure I'm going to have to learn a little bit closer to tour. We're also going to explore Pamplona with a local guide, which I'm kind of really excited about. Day seven, we're going to visit Basilica del Pilar in Zaragoza. We've been there last year. That one is beautiful, beautiful place. Day eight, we take a guided tour of Barcelona. We're going to walk down Las Ramblas. We're going to explore Barcelona with our group. And then day 10, we fly home. So there is a lot of events packed into this 10-day tour. And while this only gives us a brief little snapshot, trust me, it is going to be so exciting and so exhausting. A couple of sightseeing posts or things to note about the trip. We're going to get to go inside the Louvre. We're going to be able to spend some time taking a look at all of the incredible artwork in here. Chances are we are never going to be able to touch all of the artwork. I've heard that even if you looked at everything for 3 seconds, it would take days to get through. Days. We are going to visit the Loire Valley to see one of the most beautiful chateaus. We are going to visit a, a Gaudi structure in Park Güell. This is by far one of the favorites from the last trip. It is absolutely breathtaking, the views that you get, and learning about the sustainable architecture too. And let's not forget about the food, because for some of us, that is definitely a highlight for traveling overseas. So here's our travel dates. This is what we can currently block our calendars off for, um, with the earliest departure being April 11th and the latest date of return being April 24th. Now, because we are planning early and because we want to get the best experience possible, we need to have some flexibility when it comes to our travel dates. With that, we have a travel date range, which means we could be leaving as early as that April 11th and returning as late as April 24th. We will find out our exact dates about 2 to 3 months prior to tour, but for now, we could be traveling anytime within that range. Also important to note, in the middle of that range falls my requested dates, which are over the anticipated spring break scheduled into the school district calendar. Please keep in mind that the approval for this trip meant that we need to travel over the spring break that's built into the calendar. So if the dates are different than what we have anticipating to be the spring breaks, um, the dates might have to shift a little bit more. So I just want to make people aware of that upfront as well. The other thing to note is that depending on the size of our group, we could be traveling with another school, which is a great experience to meet other students. Our last trip, we traveled with a group from Maine, and it was a wonderful connection to be able to work and to learn alongside another school, to be able to talk about their experiences as well. So, what's all included? There's a lot that's included in our itinerary. First of all, round trip airfare on major airline carriers. The hotel stays are at quality, clean accommodations. They're all places that EF has people visiting and uh, rating. There are regional style meals that are included for breakfast and dinner. So we always have 2 meals included a day. Our tour director, who is with us 24/7, they stay at the same hotels, they go to the same restaurants, they are right there with us. Transportation on tour, including a comfortable motor coach bus, expert local guides, people who live right in the city, providing us cultural insight. There's guided sightseeing of all our destinations and entrances into specific landmarks and attractions like Park Güell. Here's what you are responsible for. The big ticket item are the passports. Okay, so you want to make sure that we're starting to get on the passports as early and as soon as possible. As far as baggage fees, we'll talk about this a little bit closer, but if you decide to check your bags, any extra baggage fees are on you. Um, Tips for local guides, the bus drivers, and the tour director are not included in the overall price, and they are something that you will have to account for when thinking overall cost. And of course, some snacks and light meals um, throughout the days as well. Okay. But no really big surprises here. And as we get closer to departure, I hold several meetings for our enrolled travelers so we can talk about more of these individual things in detail. So, why do I partner with EF? EF is so much more than just someone who books our flights and finds our hotels. I partner with them because of their consistent connection to me, their personal touches on every trip that we take, and their willingness to support and to work with us the best we can. I've never felt unsupported on my last tour. And, it was quite the journey because I began planning it pre COVID. We ended up having to delay our trip due to COVID. And with the pandemic, it made the plans and everything very stressful. And I will be quite perfectly honest in saying that EF did a remarkable job of helping me from step one until we landed back in Green Bay. So I would hands down recommend EF tours to anyone who was attempting to do a large group travel with students. So let's talk a little bit more about that safety. I've done my research and I feel incredibly confident partnering with EF. They have our back, they've thought of everything, and I trust their safety policies. They have multiple programs in place to help keep us safe, and they're going to be right there to help support us locally, globally, pre tour, on tour, to help us through any situation that may arise. Bottom line, we are safer traveling with EF than we would be on our own. They have policies to protect our investment pre tour, which we'll cover in a minute, but they also provide us with a lot on tour. As you have already seen, EF is a global company. Because of this, they have local knowledge to keep our group safe no matter where we are in the world. EF's team of support experts are located around the world, and their number one priority is always safety. They're always ready to respond to ensure that a train strike or a sprained ankle will not slow us down. Their emergency support team is available 24/7, 365 days a year. And EF has enhanced safety precautions and procedures that cover everything from cleanliness to adjusting tours as needed in case something were to arise. To take it to the next level, here are 3 ways to continue personal and educational growth with EF. This guide helps students put a personal lens on their travel experience by having them view their trip through their own interests and passions. There's options and opportunities to earn high school credit, college credits, um, and different opportunities that way for students to build their skills for the future. EF's college essay guide is designed to help students take their personal experiences on tour as an inspiration for their personal college essay, which we've had a couple of students lean on, and it's worked really well for them. And your students are going to come home changed. This is an educational opportunity. So, like any good teacher, there's learning outcomes that are going to be coming out of this. And EF has 4 main learning outcomes to ensure that our students come home more prepared as a global citizen than they were before they went on tour. This tour is way more than a vacation. It is, and honestly is, a educational experience. This is a transformative experience that's going to prepare all students for a future. So EF supports us in many, many ways, and here are a few key players that help make our tour exceptional. Our tour consultant is the person who has been helping me set up and prepare for this trip. She helps consult me in every step of the way from the planning to helping to get you all involved and to get us prepared to depart. Our traveler support team is there for you all to answer any possible questions that you might have, from payments to dietary restrictions and more. While on tour, we have that tour director leading the way, of course, and I will also be there with my chaperones to help support the students and all of you back home. So let's book with confidence. EF is offering a few things to help us protect our investment, to give us the confidence to book our travel experience now while monthly payments are still so affordable. Here are some of the ways EF is protecting our investment. EF's Peace of Mind program gives our group the flexibility to modify our tour or dates if we're uncomfortable traveling as we get closer to departure. For the global travel protection, it's custom designed travel protection unique to EF and provides both pre tour and on tour benefits. I have built that into everyone's experience to give you additional coverage. Global Travel Protection Plus is available to you the day you enroll as well, and that's an option. There's risk free enrollment. If travelers enroll by March 4th, they will qualify for EF's risk free travel period. I hope these programs give you all comfort and confidence to enroll on this experience now. If you want more information on any of these programs, I'll be sending out all of the details after this session. Let's talk about making it happen. EF offers a few additional opportunities to help fund our travel as well. So there's a Global Citizen Scholarship. It's a $1,000 needs and merit based scholarship. To be eligible, you simply complete an application and submit a 2 to 3 minute video on how this tour is going to change the way you think, feel, and act about the world. All students traveling before are eligible to apply for the Global Citizen Scholarship. You can find out more information online at eftours.com/global/citizen. I have heard that there have been recently several students from the state of Wisconsin who have received that Global Citizen Scholarship. There's also personal tour fundraising pages. We learned about this late during our last session, and the kids started to take advantage of it during Christmas and birthdays. So that was kind of really cool. Now, once you enroll, you can send out your personal tour fundraising URL from your traveler page, and it works just like a kind of like a GoFundMe, right? But it's better because you see 100% of the contributions being applied to your tour balance. So, as I've mentioned, this is great for holidays and birthday gifts. If you do side jobs like babysitting or mowing the lawn, you can give this link to those people and they can submit your payment directly to the site to help you cut down that cost, which is kind of a pretty cool thing. Everything we get. Like I said, we get so much more by traveling with EF beyond our itinerary and logistics. We have options for payments and protection, amazing safety and support, and personalized learning opportunities for everyone. All right, so let's get into the nitty gritty. Here is why we are planning so far in advance. EF offers a variety of ways to pay for this experience, and the easiest and most common ways to pay are the biweekly and monthly payment options, which allow you to budget for your tour just like any monthly expense. Now, the biweekly payment is $79 after the initial $95 enrollment fee. For monthly, this is probably the most popular way to pay with EF. If you enroll by the deadline, the monthly payments are $158 a month. You can always choose to pay in full for those who choose to do that. You are looking at a cost of $4,039 if you enroll by the deadline. Okay. If you enroll after the deadline, the full payment is $4,239. So there's a $200 discount. And remember, this is risk free enrollment if you enroll by March 4th. Now, I do realize there is a price for adults down here. Please note that this tour is not open to parents, it is open only to students. Um, we are really looking forward to catering to our student population and getting as many of our students on the tour as possible to fill in those spaces. And the chaperones have already been approved through the district, and they're all employees of the school. Now, it is time to enroll. I personally cannot wait to experience this trip with all of you. At this point, enrollment is officially open. There are so many people interested in this experience. Not only you who are listening to this video, but the many, many people who were in the meeting earlier tonight. I anticipate that this trip is going to get very busy very fast. It's going to book quickly. So please keep that in mind. If this is something that you're interested in doing, I would do it right away so you can grab one of those spots before they're gone. I've guaranteed 25 spots on this trip at this point. To earn discount, please enroll by March 11th, and you'll receive that $200 discount on the cost of the tour and qualify for EF's risk-free enrollment period. So here it is. This is the exciting part. How do you enroll on this experience? The link on this page is going to take you to our tour enrollment site, which has everything you need to register. I will be sending an additional email after this with a link as well. Our enrollment page will cover all of the details specific to our tour that I went over today. The easiest way to enroll is online, but you can also call EF. And if you want, you can let me know if you're interested in that option in your sign on form. Please remember to turn in your sign in form so that I can get a better head count of who's planning to enroll. I also get to see who has listened to or attended the meeting, and I can help answer any lingering questions that you might have. And if you didn't pull it up at the beginning, I have the URL listed here as well on the bottom. Again, thank you for listening to me walk through this opportunity. If you have any questions, please make sure that you're dropping them in on that form so that I can get them answered in as timely manner as I most possibly can. I look forward to starting this next journey with everyone. With that, have a great night.